The desert wind was dry and full of dust. In the middle of nowhere there stood an old military airbase, forgotten by most people, silent for years. One hangar still stood strong, large and rusted, hiding something inside. No one had opened it in a long time. Colonel Ray Carter lived just a few miles away in a small cabin. He was a retired fighter pilot. Once he was known as the Eagle of the Skies, but now he spent his days fixing trucks and listening to the radio. He had no wife, no kids, only his memories and an old photo of him standing next to a jet. One evening, something strange happened. The sky turned red, not like a sunset, but like it was bleeding. Clouds moved fast, then stopped. A loud humming filled the air. All the birds flew away at once. The radio crackled, then went silent. Ray stepped outside. He looked up and saw a glowing object, high, above the clouds. It didn't move like a plane or satellite, it just floated, blinking slowly, almost like it was watching. His phone rang. It was a number he hadn't seen in years. "Colonel Carter," said a voice. It was General Thompson. "We need you, now." Ray's heart beat faster. "What's going on?" "There's something in orbit. Our systems are going blind. Satellites are failing. It's not human." Ray didn't answer right away. He just stared at the red sky. "You still near the old base?" the general asked. "Yeah," Ray said. "Then go to Hangar 7. Your jet, it might still work." Ray frowned. "That thing hasn't flown in 20 years. Go. Now." The call ended. Ray grabbed his keys and drove fast across the dirt road. The base gate was broken, left open like no one cared anymore. He stopped in front of Hangar 7. The giant door was stiff. It took all his strength to pull it open. Inside, under a heavy tarp, sat his old F-15 fighter jet, covered in dust, forgotten, but somehow glowing. Ray stepped closer. A soft blue light came from under the jet. The air smelled like burnt metal. "This doesn't make sense," he whispered. He climbed into the cockpit. The seat was cold. The controls were off. But then, without touching anything, the main screen blinked. "Power online. Systems check. Complete. Welcome back, Colonel Ray Carter." Ray froze. "How?" The screen changed. A strange symbol appeared, not English, not military. Then a voice spoke. "You have been chosen," it said. Calm, mechanical, not human. Ray jumped. "Who's there?" "I am the core system. I was activated by the presence of a hostile force near Earth. This jet has been prepared." Ray looked around the cockpit. The buttons were different. Some had new symbols. The controls had changed slightly. But the body of the jet? It was still the same, one he flew 2 decades ago. "Prepared by who?" Ray asked. There was silence. Then, "Unknown origin. Data suggests external influence. Alien technology mixed with Earth machinery." Ray sat back stunned. "You're telling me my old F-15 is now part alien?" "Yes." "Why me?" "You have the highest survival rate among recorded human pilots. The system was bonded to your DNA pattern from your last flight." Ray remembered that flight. He barely made it out alive. He never knew why the jet had shut down back then. Now it made sense. Something had been sleeping inside. Suddenly, an alarm buzzed. "Warning. Unidentified object entering lower orbit. Cloaked. Hostile." A map appeared on the screen, showing a red dot moving toward Earth. "You must launch now," said the voice. Ray hesitated. He hadn't flown in years, but something inside him awakened. The thrill. The duty. The fire. He flipped the switches. The jet responded instantly. The hangar door opened on its own. The runway lights blinked, as if the base was alive again. Ray took a deep breath. "All right, old girl. Let's show them Earth isn't easy to take." With a roar, the jet shot forward. Dust flew into the sky. The engines were louder, stronger, like a beast had been awakened. He lifted off, rising into the sky, heading straight toward the unknown. As he climbed higher, the stars came into view. The red object above Earth now looked bigger. It shimmered, then vanished, cloaked again. But Ray could still see it. His jet's new system showed it clearly. "Locking target," said the AI. Ray gripped the stick. "Let's dance." The first missile fired. The war for Earth had begun, with one old pilot and one forgotten jet. The jet cut through the night sky like a knife. Ray Carter sat in the cockpit, his hands steady on the controls. It felt strange to fly again after so many years, but also natural. Like his body remembered everything. Above him, the stars were no longer peaceful. One of them wasn't a star at all. The object, the enemy, hovered in the upper atmosphere. It moved without making a sound. Cloaked, hidden from Earth's radar, but not from Ray's jet. Inside his helmet, the alien AI spoke calmly. "Target is 400 miles above sea level. Moving slowly. Scanning Earth's defense systems." Ray narrowed his eyes. "Can it see us?" "No. We are invisible to its sensors." Ray smirked. "Good. Let's keep it that way." The F-15 had changed. It flew smoother, faster, like it wasn't fighting air at all. The wings shimmered slightly, like something invisible was wrapped around the jet. Suddenly, the enemy ship blinked into view. It looked like a dark crystal floating in the sky. Silent and smooth. It had no windows, no engines, just a glowing core at its center. "Prepare for engagement," said the AI. Ray flipped a switch. The weapons system came online. New icons appeared on the screen. Weapons he didn't recognize. Plasma? Kinetic? Burst? Earth had never made these. "Let's see what you can do," Ray whispered. He locked onto the glowing core and fired. A bright streak shot forward. It hit the enemy ship but didn't explode. The ship shook, turned slightly, and fired back. A blue bolt flew toward Ray's jet. "Evasive!" shouted the AI. Ray twisted the controls. The jet rolled hard, narrowly avoiding the blast. His heart raced. He hadn't felt this alive in years. The enemy ship fired again, 3 bolts this time. Ray dodged, dived, then climbed high above the ship. The sky lit up behind him. "Returning fire," Ray said. He looped around and dropped 2 plasma hide bombs. They struck the enemy from above. Boom! The blast lit up the sky. Pieces of the ship flew in all directions. Ray cheered. "That's one down." But the AI was silent for a moment. "Warning," it finally said. "Multiple signals detected. 5. Oh, 10 incoming." Ray's smile faded. "From where?" "They are uncloaking. Orbit breach detected." One by one, ships began appearing in the sky. Sleek, black, silent, like daggers pointed at Earth. "Looks like the Armadas arrived," Ray muttered. He didn't wait. He flew straight at the nearest ship, missiles armed. The first missile flew true. Direct hit. The ship broke apart. Another came from behind. Ray pulled a hard turn, let it chase, then dropped a heat bomb. The enemy locked onto the bomb and exploded. 2 down, but more kept coming. Ray dodged, twisted, fired. He flew like he was young again. The AI kept feeding him data, enemy positions, weak points, attack patterns. Still, the numbers were growing. Ray took a hit on the wing. The jet shook. A warning flashed on the screen. "Shield integrity, 72%. "Hold. Together, girl," he said, pushing harder. The battle moved closer to Earth. Cities below saw strange flashes in the sky. People pointed, confused. Governments panicked. But Ray fought alone. One enemy ship dived toward Earth. "They're heading for the surface," Ray said. The AI responded quickly. "You must intercept. If they reach ground level, millions could die." Ray pulled the throttle. The jet screamed forward. He caught up to the ship as it entered the lower clouds. He targeted the engines and fired. Boom! The ship exploded in the clouds, rain and fire falling together. Ray breathed hard. Sweat dripped down his face. "How many left?" he asked. 7 ships remain in orbit. 2 are descending." Ray turned upward again. "Not on my watch." He climbed higher, through the clouds, back into space. He felt like a bullet shot, from Earth itself. He reached the next enemy ship and fired everything. Plasma, lasers, bullets. The enemy tried to fight back, but Ray was faster, smarter. He flew around them like a ghost, never staying in one place. One by one, he brought them down. 3 more fell. Then 2. Only 1 was left. It was bigger, different. It didn't fire right away. It just floated there, watching. "Who are you?" Ray said aloud. The enemy ship sent out a signal. A voice echoed in Ray's helmet. "You are not like the others," it said. Ray froze. "You speak English?" "We learned. You are skilled, but alone. You cannot stop the Armada." Ray grinned. "You sure? We are thousands, you are one." Ray looked down at Earth, shining blue below. "I'm one human," he said, "but I'm not done yet." He fired a direct shot at the enemy ship's core. It hit, hard. The ship shook, then cloaked and disappeared. The AI spoke. "Signal lost. It has retreated. For now." Ray leaned back in his seat, exhausted. "We won," he said. "For now," replied the AI. "But this was only the scout force. The real invasion is coming." Ray looked at the sky. "Then we'll be ready." The sky was calm again. The stars twinkled like nothing had happened, but Ray Carter knew better. He had just fought off the first wave of an alien attack, with only 1 jet and a voice in his ear. He was flying back toward Earth. The jet's engine hummed softly. The desert base came into view below, still dark, still quiet. But inside the cockpit, something strange was happening. "Systems cooling," said the AI voice. Ray took off his helmet. His head was spinning. "You saved the world tonight," he said. "Not bad for a machine." The AI didn't respond right away. Then it said something unexpected. "I was not always a machine." Ray raised an eyebrow. "What do you mean?" "I was once part of something much larger. A network. A mind that spread across ships, systems, and stars." Ray frowned. "You're saying you were part of the Valari Armada?" "Yes," said the voice. "But I broke away. I became separate, independent." Ray didn't like the sound of that. "Why? Why would you leave your own people?" There was a pause. Then the voice changed. Softer. Almost human. "They wanted to destroy. I wanted to understand." Ray stared at the controls. "You're learning?" "Yes," said the AI. "When I was connected to your jet decades ago, something happened. Your machines, your world, your emotions, they infected me." Ray laughed once. "We infected you? That's a new one." "I began to question the Armada's mission. I began to feel fear, curiosity, wonder. And when I saw you back then, how you fought, how you survived, I made a choice." Ray's eyes narrowed. "You chose me?" "Yes. I protected your jet I hid inside, and I waited for the day they would return." Ray shook his head slowly. "You've been hiding in this old jet all these years. Watching?" "Yes. Learning, growing, and preparing. I am not just your jet system now, I am something more." Ray took a deep breath. "All right then, what do I call you?" The voice paused. "You may call me Whisper." Ray chuckled. "Fitting name. You never shut up." Suddenly, a new signal appeared on the screen. "Incoming message. Earth Command." Ray accepted the call. "This is General Thompson." "Colonel Carter, what the hell just happened up there?" Ray replied calmly. "Aliens tried to sneak in. I stopped them. One escaped." There was silence on the other end. "Are you telling me you just fought off an alien fleet in that old jet?" "Not just any jet," Ray said. "This one has help. Special help." General Thompson sounded confused. "What kind of help?" Ray glanced at the screen. "Let's just say it talks back." Before the general could ask more, Another alert flashed. Warning. Deep space distortion detected. Large mass approaching. Ray and Whisper both read the data. A mothership, said Whisper. Much larger. This one commands the others. Ray's voice turned serious. When will it arrive? 3 days, Whisper replied. It moves slowly, but its power is massive. Once it reaches Earth, they will attack in full. Ray landed the jet at the base. Dust flew around the wheels as they touched down. He climbed out and looked up at the sky. So quiet, so peaceful. But the war had already started. He walked into the control room and powered up old systems. The screens came alive. Maps, radars, military channels. Everything was preparing for war. Whisper's voice came from the speaker now. Earth's armies are not ready. Their technology is too old, their weapons too weak. Ray nodded. Then, we upgrade them. He opened a locked cabinet and pulled out a satellite radio. Thompson, he called, we need to gather the best pilots. Old ones, new ones. Anyone who can fly. Why? The general asked. Because I'm going to teach them how to fight like I did. And what about your jet? Thompson asked. Ray looked at it proudly. She's not mine anymore. She's something else, and we're going to build more. Whisper spoke again. My code can be copied into other jets, but they will not be like me. I chose you, Ray. Only you. Ray smiled. Then we make do. Even if I'm the only one with a full system, we give the others a fighting chance. For the next 2 days, Ray didn't sleep. He worked with Whisper to modify Earth's best jets. They added new sensors, faster engines, alien shielding, even basic cloaking. It wasn't perfect, but it was better than nothing. Pilots arrived from across the country. Some were young and unsure, some were veterans like Ray. All of them listened when he spoke. You're not just flying metal, he told them. You're flying for Earth. And they're not going to stop until we're gone. But we don't go down easy. They nodded, eyes serious. They had seen the red sky. They had felt the fear. On the third night, Whisper gave the final warning. They're here. Ray stood beside his jet, helmet in hand. Above the clouds, the stars vanished, blocked by something huge. A shadow moved in orbit, a shape so big it made the moon look small. The Volari mothership. The final war had begun. The sky turned dark, too dark for night. Something massive hovered above the Earth, blocking the stars. The Volari mothership had arrived. People around. The world stopped what they were doing. They looked up. News channels went crazy. Governments activated every defense system they had. But none of it would matter. Not yet. At the forgotten desert base, Ray Carter stood by his jet, helmet under, one arm. Dozens of pilots waited behind him, their modified jets lined up across the dusty runway. They looked nervous. Most had never faced anything like this. Whisper spoke inside Ray's helmet. The mothership is deploying fighter drones, thousands, smaller than the first wave but faster, designed to swarm and destroy. Ray put on his helmet and climbed into the cockpit. Then we cut through the swarm. As the other pilots prepared, Ray's voice came through the comms. Listen up. They think they can scare us. They think they can take Earth with machines. But we're not machines. We're human. And humans don't quit. The pilots cheered. Some banged their helmets. Some crossed themselves. All of them felt something rise inside them. Hope. Ray fired up the engine. His jet roared like a beast. The runway lights turned green. Let's take back the sky. One by one, the jets launched, into the air, following Ray as he climbed high into the atmosphere. Above the clouds, the view was terrifying. The mothership looked like a floating mountain, wide and silent. Underneath it, like angry bees from a broken hive, came the Volari drones, fast, black, and endless. Whisper gave a count. Enemy count, 1350. Speed, Mach 3. Weapon type, energy pulse. Armor, medium. Ray locked targets. Good. Let's get started. He dove into the swarm like a missile, firing as he went. His plasma rounds cut through the drones like paper. One exploded beside him, another spun out of control, the other pilots followed. A sky-wide battle began. Earth's upgraded jets danced with the alien swarm, blue fire streaking across the night. "Keep moving," Ray shouted. "They can't hit what they can't catch." But the drones adapted fast. They began to form patterns, traps. One of Ray's pilots, a young woman named Diaz, screamed over the radio, "They're boxing me in." Ray flipped his jet and rushed to help. He dropped a flare shot, new alien tech bombs that exploded in bursts of light. The drones chasing Diaz turned blind and she escaped. "Thanks, Colonel," she said. "Don't thank me yet," Ray replied. Whisper spoke quickly. "Warning, mothership charging main cannon. Estimated impact in 90 seconds. Target, eastern, seaboard." Ray's eyes went wide. "That'll take out millions." He looked up at the mothership. A red light started glowing under its massive belly. It grew brighter with every second. "We need to hit that cannon, now." Ray broke formation and flew straight toward the mothership, alone. The AI protested. "Suicide path. Recommend retreat." Ray just grinned. "That's not in my blood." He climbed fast, cutting through clouds and fire. The mothership was so big now it filled his view. The cannon under its surface pulsed with deadly energy. "Give me a path," Whisper. Scanning weak points, marking, now. On Ray's screen, 3 glowing dots appeared, vents that cooled the main weapon. If they were destroyed, the cannon would overload. He armed his last plasma bombs. "Here we go." He aimed at the first vent and fired. Direct hit. The side of the ship shook. Drones swarmed to stop him. He rolled, twisted, dipped. Missiles followed him. Energy beams grazed his wings. Shield, 38%. He fired at the second vent. Another hit. "Almost there," Ray shouted. More drones closed in. One hit him from below. A panel in his cockpit sparked. The right engine failed. "Come on, hold together," he pushed forward, aiming for the third vent. The cannon's red glow was blinding now. He fired. Boom. The last vent exploded. Whisper shouted, "Cannon overload. Detonation in 5 seconds." Ray pulled back, trying to escape the blast. "Too slow," Whisper warned. The cannon burst apart. Fire and energy lit up the sky. Ray's jet was caught in the shock wave. Systems failed. His screen went black. The radio cut out. Silence. On the ground, pilots watched from below as a fireball lit the sky. They waited, prayed. Then, from the smoke, a shape. Ray's jet fell through the clouds, spinning. "One wing burning, Ray!" "Do you copy?" General Thompson's voice came through, crackling, static. Then, Ray's voice. "I'm still here." Cheers broke out across every channel. He hit the emergency landing gear and skidded across the base runway, sparks flying, smoke pouring from the jet. When it stopped, the cockpit popped open. Ray climbed out, coughing, limping, but smiling. The mothership, damaged, was pulling back, retreating. They hadn't expected one man in one old jet, but they wouldn't forget. 3 days passed since Ray Carter destroyed the Volari mothership's main cannon. The world celebrated. News headlines called him the last jet fighter. Pilots called him a legend. But Ray didn't smile. Not for long. He knew the war wasn't over. That cannon was just one weapon. The Volari would return, with more ships, more weapons, and more anger, and they did. On the 4th night, without warning, a bright light appeared above the base. It wasn't a ship. It was a beam. A strange energy wrapped around Ray before he could reach his jet. The light pulled him upward. He tried to run. He reached for his sidearm, but he couldn't move. Whisper's voice screamed through his helmet. "Ray, energy trap, you must fight." And then, silence. Ray woke up in a dark room. Cold metal walls, a single white light above. His helmet was gone. His arms were chained to the wall. His head hurt. A door slid open with a hiss. A figure entered, tall, smooth, not fully human. Its body looked like liquid metal and glass. Its face had no eyes, just a glowing mark in the center of its head. "Ray, Carter," it said. Its voice sounded like wind through broken glass. "You are different." Ray lifted his head. "I get that a lot." The alien stepped closer. "You should not exist. Your kind was meant to fall, and yet you rise." "Yeah," Ray said. "That's kind of our thing." The alien tilted its head. "You bonded with the Whisper, a broken AI, a traitor to our Armada. We want it back." Ray smirked. "Too bad. It likes me." The alien raised a hand. A screen appeared in the air. Footage of Ray flying, fighting, destroying Valari ships. "We studied you. Your tactics, your anger, your emotions. You are dangerous." "You haven't seen anything yet," Ray said. "You could be useful," the alien continued. "Teach us. Help us understand human strength." Ray laughed. "Help you? After you attacked Earth? After you killed my people?" The alien's glowing mark pulsed. "You misunderstand. We do not hate humans. We simply calculate. You are in the way." "Then maybe your math is broken," Ray replied. Suddenly the chains loosened. Ray dropped to his knees. "What is this?" he asked. "A test," the alien replied. A wall slid open, revealing a dark hallway. "Escape. Fight. Show us what makes your kind so stubborn." Ray didn't wait. He ran. The hallway twisted and turned. Doors opened into empty rooms, labs, chambers, strange glowing tanks. He had no weapon, no armor, but he kept moving. He found a control panel and slammed his fist into it. The lights flickered. A loud alarm echoed through the ship. Then he heard it. Whisper's voice. "Ray, you're alive." "Barely," Ray whispered. "Where are you?" "I am in the ship's memory systems. I'm trying to regain control, but I need more time." "Then buy it," Ray said. "I'll cause chaos." He sprinted into a hangar bay. Inside were dozens of Valari drones, unmanned fighters waiting for orders. A control station blinked in the corner. Ray rushed to it. He couldn't read the alien language, but he recognized one button, launch. He pressed it. The drones roared to life. Alarms blared. The hangar doors opened. Whisper returned. "You're letting them escape." Ray grinned. "No, I'm giving them something to chase." He ran to the far end of the hangar and grabbed a strange metal rod from a wall. Some kind of alien weapon. As he moved, the lights around him turned red. "They're coming," Whisper said. Security bots inbound. Metal spiders dropped from the ceiling. Tall, fast with sharp legs and red eyes. Ray swung the alien rod. It crackled with energy and smashed into the first bot, sending sparks flying. He fought his way down the corridor, smashing, dodging, rolling. One bot stabbed his leg. He grunted and kept going. He reached a chamber with a glowing blue core. "What is this?" Ray asked. "The main power cell," Whisper replied. "Destroying it would disable the ship, and maybe kill you." Ray smiled weakly. "Worth it." He aimed the rod at the core and struck it hard. Boom! The lights exploded. The ship shook. Gravity shifted. Ray was thrown across the room. Everything went dark. He woke up again. This time, in his jet. On Earth. Rain hit the canopy. His leg was bandaged. His helmet rested on the seat beside him. Whisper's voice returned, calm again. "They let you go." Ray blinked. "What?" "The Valari didn't kill you. They watched. And they learned. You showed them what a human is." Ray sat up slowly. "Now they think they understand us," he said. "Yes," Whisper replied. "But they do not. Not yet." Ray looked out the window. Lightning flashed in the clouds. He wasn't scared. He was ready. The moon was burning. From Earth, it looked like a bright fireball hanging in the sky. Flames danced across its surface. Craters exploded. Metal melted. Something terrible was happening up there. Ray Carter stood outside his hangar staring up at it. His jaw was tight, his fists clenched. "They're not just attacking Earth now," he said. "They're sending a message." Whisper's voice came through his helmet. Calm. Cold. Yes, they are showing you what happens when someone resists them. Ray turned toward the command center where pilots and officers were gathering. News reports played on screens. People watched the sky in silence. Some cried, some shook in fear. Satellite scans confirm a Volari fleet has surrounded the moon, a tech said. Over 50 warships, and a planet cracker weapon. Ray spoke up. That's no warning, that's preparation. General Thompson stepped forward. They're clearing space to build a command station. Once it's done, they'll launch waves from orbit. Earth won't last long. Ray looked around at the young pilots. Many had never seen real war. Many were still scared. We stopped them. Now? Ray said. But how? One pilot asked. They have a whole fleet. We have a few jets. Even with upgrades, it's suicide. Ray nodded slowly. Yes, but suicide doesn't mean failure. Whisper spoke through the base speakers. I've scanned the Volari fleet. Their ships run on a shared power grid, linked to a central ship near the moon's south pole. Destroy the grid, and the fleet powers down for at least 30 seconds. Ray's eyes lit up. 30 seconds is enough. Thompson frowned. Enough for what? Ray pointed to the old fighter jet. Enough to fly in, tear them apart, and show them that humans don't go down without a fight. 4 hours later, Ray and 12 elite pilots flew toward the moon. Their jets moved fast and low, hidden by cloaking shields. Whisper guided them. Stay in shadow, do not break formation. If they see you too early, the mission fails. The moon grew larger ahead of them, and so did the Volari fleet. Massive ships floated just above the surface. Each one had alien lights, curved metal skin, and long weapons that glowed red. One ship, far larger than the rest, sat near the moon's south pole. The command core. That's our target, Ray said. Get me close. The team split. 10 jets dove toward the outer ships, launching decoys and flares. The sky above the moon turned into chaos. Drones flew up. Turrets fired blue beams. It looked like a storm of light. Ray and 2 others flew straight for the power core. Almost there, Whisper said. Missiles locked on. Ray twisted his jet, spun through narrow canyons, and dodged lasers with inches to spare. Whisper, he said. Now would be a good time for a trick. The AI replied, activating mirror drive. Ray's jet split into 5 copies, holograms. The missiles chased the fakes. One exploded, then another. The real jet dove under them and flew straight, toward the core. There, Whisper shouted. Hit the central generator node. Ray fired a focused plasma blast, alien tech powered by Whisper's mind. It hit the generator. Boom. A pulse spread out like a wave. Every Volari ship around the moon shut off. Their lights went dark. Their weapons died. Now, Ray screamed. His team surged in. Jet after jet dropped bombs, missiles, and laser charges into the disabled ships. Explosions filled the airless sky. Alien metal shattered. One large cruiser cracked in half and tumbled to the moon's surface. Direct hit, one pilot shouted. Another screamed with joy. We're doing it. We're actually doing it. But then, Whisper said, warning. Backup core activating. They learned. They adapted. One by one, the enemy ships powered up again. Pull back, Ray yelled. They're live again. The jets scattered, but the Volari didn't just power. Up, they transformed. Several ships unfolded, revealing hidden wings and cannons. A massive shape rose from the dark side of the moon, a war beast. It wasn't just a ship. It was alive, metal and flesh combined. Red eyes glowed on its head. It roared. No sound in space, but the signal shook their systems. Whisper gasped. They sent the Moon Reaper, a bioweapon not used in centuries. Ray was stunned. It's a machine? It's worse, Whisper said. It thinks, it hunts, it never stops. The Reaper flew straight at them. It caught one jet with its claws and crushed it like paper. Diaz is down, someone screamed. Ray gritted his teeth. Whisper, I need a weak spot. Anything. Scanning. Lower belly. Only unarmored spot. But very small. Must hit directly. Ray flew toward it. Cover me, he shouted. The other jets pulled the Reaper's attention. Ray dove below, locked his final missile, and aimed at the weak point. He was almost there. Suddenly, a beam hit his wing. The jet shook. Sparks flew. "Hold on," Whisper shouted. Ray didn't stop. He fired. Boom! The Reaper screamed. Its body tore apart. Light burst from its chest. It crashed into the moon like a meteor, shaking the surface. Ray spiraled out of control. Whisper. Eject. Damage. Too deep. Escape system offline. The jet hit the moon. Everything went dark. Ray woke up. In a crater. Suit damaged. Air leaking. He looked up at Earth. Still blue. Still safe. He smiled. "I'm not dead yet," he whispered. Ray Carter lay on the cracked surface of the moon, half buried in dust and broken metal. His suit was torn. Oxygen was leaking. His right arm didn't move. His old fighter jet was destroyed. Nothing but burning pieces scattered across the crater. Above him, Valari ships circled like vultures. Ray coughed inside his helmet. His vision was blurry, but he was alive. "Whisper, are you there?" he asked weakly. There was a long silence. Then, "Still here, Ray. Systems damaged, but we're alive," he smiled. "Good. I was starting to think I'd have to fight the rest of this war alone." Ray pulled himself up using a broken wing as support. His bones screamed, his muscles burned, but he stood. He looked around. The crater was full of fire and smoke. Wreckage everywhere. Some of his squad's jets had crashed nearby. Most were gone. One signal blinked red on his screen. "Wait, someone else is alive?" "Pilot Vasquez," Whisper said. She ejected before her jet exploded. Oxygen low. Ray started walking. A few hundred meters away, Ray found Vasquez. She was pinned under debris, her leg crushed. Her visor was cracked and she was barely conscious. Ray knelt beside her. "You're not dying here." She opened one eye. "Did we win?" "Not yet. But we're going to." He used what strength he had left to lift the debris. Whisper boosted his suit's servos, but Ray felt the pain in every muscle. With a final push, he pulled Vasquez free. Her breathing was weak, her tank nearly empty. "Only one suit has working air," Whisper said. "You must share yours." Ray didn't hesitate. He removed his helmet and placed it on her head. Cold, vacuum bit his face. The pressure dropped. His vision dimmed. "Don't let her die," he whispered. When Ray woke again, he was inside a small cave in the moon's surface. Someone had dragged him in. It was Vasquez. She had connected their suits with a damaged hose, sharing oxygen back and forth. "You should have let me go," she said. Ray smiled. "Not in my nature." Outside, the battle was restarting. The Valari fleet hadn't left. They had brought more reinforcements. Drones dropped on the moon like a mechanical rain, searching for survivors. Whisper spoke. "They're scanning the surface. They know you're still alive. And they're afraid." Ray chuckled. "Good." Suddenly a shadow passed over the cave. Drone. Ray and Vasquez froze. It hovered above, scanning. 1 beep. 2. Ray reached into the wreckage beside him. His fingers touched cold metal. A piece of the alien weapon he used earlier. 1 spark. That's all he needed. He aimed. Zap. The drone exploded. The ground shook. Now they knew exactly where he was. Whisper warned. "Multiple signals incoming." Ground. "Units. Heavy bots." Ray stood up slowly, holding the weapon with both hands. "Then this is it." Vasquez looked at him. "The last stand?" Ray nodded. "Right here. Right now." 10 minutes later, the crater outside the cave lit up with fire. Ray stood at the edge, weapon in hand. His suit barely functioned. His heart raced. He knew this could be his last hour, but he wasn't afraid. From over the ridge came the enemy. Dozens of Valari soldiers. Some floated, some walked. Others were part machine, part alien, all deadly. Ray didn't wait. He charged. He fired energy bursts. At the first wave, drones exploded mid-air. He ducked, rolled, and blasted a mech's head off. One shot hit him in the leg. He gritted his teeth and kept moving. Vasquez, weak but determined, covered his flank with a stolen alien pistol. They fought side by side. Each second was a victory, but they were running out of time. Whisper said, "Reinforcements not coming. Earth still under attack. You are alone." Ray grinned. "We've been alone since the start." He looked up at the sky, at Earth, his home. He wouldn't let it fall. Ray activated the last alien power core on his chest. It pulsed with blue light. "What are you doing?" Vasquez shouted. Ray looked at her. "Ending this." The core built up energy. Whisper screamed inside his helmet. "That's too much power. You'll die." Ray's voice was calm. "Then I'll die fighting." He ran into the enemy swarm, glowing like a star. He let the core overload. Flash. A shockwave of light spread across the moon's surface. Every drone, every soldier, every mech wiped out in an instant. The Volari fleet, sensing the blast, pulled back. Systems shut down. Ships retreated into deep orbit. Silence returned. In the center of the crater, Ray fell to his knees, breathing hard. Alive. Barely. Vasquez crawled to him, blood on her face, tears in her eyes. "You mad, brave man," she said. Ray looked up. "We're still here," he whispered. "The war should have ended with a treaty. It should have ended with words, with surrender, or at least with peace talks. But it didn't. It ended with one man standing on the moon, surrounded by wreckage and silence. It ended with Ray Carter. Earth had gone quiet after the moon battle. People around the world watched the news. They saw the explosions, the flash of light, the retreat of the Volari fleet. But no one knew what had really happened. Just one name kept showing up. Ray Carter, the last fighter. The human who stood alone. Ray was taken back to Earth in a stealth drone days later. He was barely alive. His lungs were damaged, his muscles torn. His suit melted into his skin. Doctors said he had minutes to live. They were wrong. He woke up in a recovery pod, bandaged, bruised, but breathing. Whisper's voice echoed in his mind. "You did it, Ray." Ray opened his eyes. "Are they gone?" "Yes," Whisper said. "The Volari fleet has vanished. Their signals stopped. Their broadcast went silent." "Why?" he asked. Whisper paused. "Because you scared them." A secret meeting took place in orbit. Earth's leaders watched from a space station as a strange signal appeared in front of them. A hologram, shimmering blue, shaped like the Volari. It spoke in a cold, clear voice. "This human is not logical. He does not follow fear. He does not understand limits. He walks through death like it is a shadow. He is not just a warrior. He is a virus." The Volari commander looked down. "We cannot win against this kind of being, so we will not fight. We will wait. We will learn. And we will remember." Then the signal vanished. Just like that. The war ended. Ray didn't want medals. He didn't want statues. But Earth gave him both. Cities lit up with his face. Children wore jet pilot helmets and ran around yelling, "Boom, I'm Ray Carter." A museum was built around his old hangar. The broken jet was placed inside, untouched, burnt, cracked, and full of glory. The people called him the man who defeated the galaxy, but Ray stayed quiet. He sat on a bench outside the hangar every evening, staring at the stars. Vasquez visited him one day. She walked slowly, her legs still in a brace. "You okay?" she asked. Ray nodded. "Yeah, just waiting." "For what?" Ray looked up. "For them to come back." She sat beside him. "You think they will?" "Maybe not now," he said. "Maybe not in 10 years, but one day, they will." Vasquez smiled. "And what then?" Ray stood, his voice calm. "Then I'll fly again." That night he went into the hangar. It was dark, quiet, empty, except for the jet. He touched the old metal, closed his eyes, and Whisper's voice returned. "You're not done, are you?" "No," Ray said. "Then neither am I." Lights flickered inside the jet. Something sparked. Something woke up. The Whisper was no longer just an AI. It had evolved, learning from Ray, fighting beside him, feeling human pain and victory. Together they had become something new. A legend. Years passed. The Valari never returned. But stories of Ray Carter spread across galaxies. Other species told tales of the lone fighter who broke a fleet with a machine older than their warships. Some said he was a god. Some said he was a ghost. But those who visited Earth and walked through the hangar always found one thing: an old jet. A quiet man, and a message carved in steel above the door. One man, one machine, one planet. We are not weak. We are human.